Hello, welcome to the Snake Eyes Casino, the only casino that needs your viewership, no money required. Here we draw and share talented artwork made by talented people. Enjoy. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with this place. I'm gone. Alright, what is up everybody? So in this video I'm going to be talking about SnakeIsGambling6435, who is also known as Snake Eyes, who is also known as Radbat. Now before I start talking about this guy, I'm going to explain who he is because I know some of you all are curious on who this guy is. Radbat was one of my fans. He used to comment positively on my videos, but after I discovered what he has done on YouTube, I blocked him. So all the messages are deleted. However, I do plan on unblocking him because I know he'll probably find this video and he'll type a whole essay in the comment section, and that'll be kind of interesting to read, so yeah. And I'm actually not the first person to make a video talking about this guy. There are quite a few videos already on YouTube that talk about him. And with all that said, let's get into this video. Now if you don't know, this guy likes to draw. And as you can see, he has multiple playlists of his drawings. However, some of these drawings are softcore and some of them aren't. And there are other images that are like this, but I don't think they are necessary to show. Now, I'm going to talk about his community tab where the real stuff comes in, so be prepared. Here he posts images like these, and if I remember correctly, most of these images aren't even allowed on YouTube. Also, some of these images have a 24-hour time limit on them. I'm not too sure why he does this, but I'm just going to guess that Radbat does this to not get striked on his channel. So after 24 hours, the image gets deleted. But guess what? I have screenshots before it gets deleted. But despite this, some of the images that have no time limit are still pretty inappropriate for YouTube. The most common criticism that Radbat gets is his drawings, as well as pictures of lolicon on his channel. The biggest example of this is Penny Parker, who is canonically 15 years old, but Radbat posts images of her being sexualized. Let's look at the comments of this image right here. As you all can see, all these comments are positive and they are complimenting the image. And Radbat also hearted all the comments. However, there was one comment that actually ended up getting deleted, but guess what? I have a screenshot of it. The comment pointed out and acknowledged the fact that Penny was a minor. Radbat replied, saying it's just a drawing, so he's basically saying that it doesn't matter. And a couple of his fans replied, saying so. Now I'm going to talk about his community posts where he mocks and makes fun of his haters. Like in this post, he claims that his haters are comparing him to Hitler and that he should unalive himself. Me personally, I've never heard any of his haters say anything like this, so I think he's just making this up. Now in this post, Radbat is implying his haters are hypocrites for screenshotting and reposting his community posts. Kind of like what I am doing right now. And the comments all agree with Radbat and believe that haters are hypocrites, desperate, and even delusional for doing this. I'm going to give my thoughts on things like this later in the video. Now these two posts are basically the same. Radbat is assuming his haters think all the stuff is fine except for his channel. So overall, this is how Radbat responds to haters. 1. Says the character is fictional. 2. Believes the haters think cartoons are real. 3. Assumes the haters believe everything else and SFW and YT is fine except for him. Now I'm going to give my thoughts on almost everything I just explained. Keep in mind that almost everything I say here is my opinion, so if you disagree, then I guess that's on you. I did not mention this earlier in the video, but on some of his drawing videos, he actually has an age warning. However, I wish his community tab had the same warning, but I don't think that's possible on YouTube. And especially after I saw this comment. If you guys didn't know, this movie comes out all the way in June of 2027. That must mean this kid is around 15 years old today. And a 15-year-old kid is looking at crap like this on the community tab with no age warning whatsoever. There have been quite a few times where Radbat posts an image of a girl that is sexualized and is canonically underage. Like this image. If you all didn't know, this is supposed to be a sexualized version of Lola Loud from the Loud House. And how old is she in the show? I kid you not, she is 6 years old. I don't think I need to talk about Penny Parker because y'all already know. Now, I like to talk about Radbat calling his haters hypocrites and what I think about it. First of all, it is not exactly hypocritical. The haters are not saying stuff like smash or would you rate 1 out of 10, which is what you do. Also, they're not posting the image just by itself. They are taking a screenshot of your community post, which is not the same thing. And now I'm going to talk about this. This is pretty ridiculous. Radbat is assuming all of his haters think everything he listed is fine except for his channel. Now this is just wrong because first of all, Radbat has no idea what his haters believe. Maybe his haters find some of the stuff to be bad anyway. But no, Radbat just assumes his haters only attack him. So instead of giving any valid points, Radbat resorts to slander and the straw man argument. I need to talk about this. Radbat is trying to equate the sexualized drawings he posts on his community tab to Meat Canyon animating Tom Brady's son. Radbat is talking about this video right here. And if you haven't seen this video, there's a scene where Tom Brady makes out with his son, but all of it happens off screen. This comparison is absurd. It is not remotely the same thing. First of all, Meat Canyon's videos are all satirical and are only made for comedy purposes. Radbat, on the other hand, is taking all this stuff seriously. It is clear that he is not satirical. Radbat has been doing this for years, and he's also been in controversy for years. For example, take a look at this video. This video was made all the way back in 2022, and it's criticizing Radbat. Now, the very last thing that I have to talk about is apparently there are allegations of him being racist. Now, by this, I don't mean just saying the N-word. I'm talking about genuine racism. Now, this is by far the worst thing I've ever seen this man say. That is only if this is true, because he has actually denied it and said that it was false. So I can't really talk about this since it's not confirmed to be true. But if it is, then you're gonna get blocked again. And racism is not the only thing that is wrong in this picture. Look at the bottom text.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And that's all I have to say about Radbat. This video was longer than I thought it was, and also took me longer to edit than I thought it would. Now, I don't hate Radbat by any means. Like I said earlier, he used to be one of my fans, but after seeing this video, he's probably not gonna like me anymore. And like I said earlier, Radbat will probably find this video and will type a whole essay in the comments section on why I'm wrong or something like that. He even might post this video in his community tab. We'll see. So yeah, that's about it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.